Well, for more, we are joined by our correspondent Roee Ruttenberg in the Myanmar capital, Naypyidaw. Roee, Myanmar is an energy-rich country, but there are still many obstacles to its growth. Why is that?
Well, indeed, as you're mentioning, the progress there with focusing on energy here, 74% of the country doesn't have access to basic electricity. So a lot of this is problems with infrastructure. We've seen a rush of investment in infrastructure, or at least interest in that investment. But there is a lot of growth, and as one person here told me, the vice president of the Asian Development Bank, this is pretty much a clean slate. This country is effectively starting in a sort of a rush to try to get things going. And the other obstacles they face are regional problems. As you try to integrate Myanmar into the rest of the region, into the rest of the ASEAN region, the Southeast Asian nations that surround it, you have to remember that Myanmar represents about 10% of that population. Well, there's lots of obstacles. Not all the border crossings are open. Some of the infrastructure problems in getting goods in and out are still here. Transportation, and not all the roads are built. And you have a very young population here who's very keen to work, but the economy isn't fully developed yet. There isn't much of a financial sector, a banking sector, for example, that would stimulate an economy. It's been subdued for decades. It's now re-emerging here. So again, energy is very key. Myanmar is an energy-rich country. It's actually resource-rich in a number of other areas as well. But extrapolating that energy, turning that into profit, and making sure that that profit spreads into wealth that is felt by the majority of the people here. 70% of the country living in rural areas, in what's considered poor situations. That is one of the biggest challenges and obstacles that Myanmar is facing.
Right, and Roee, please tell us about the significance of the World Economic Forum this year.
Indeed, one of the themes we heard here cannot be understated. The fact that this country has hosted this forum, the first time the World Economic Forum hosted in Myanmar, which, if you'll recall, began a series of political, social, and economic reforms back in 2001, which saw really the country open up from much of the economic isolation it's felt for decades, much of that thanks to Western-backed sanctions on the military-led government here. Now, what we've seen is delegates arriving from around the world, and many of them expressing an appreciation for what they consider an unprecedented transformation of a country. Again, the types of investment that we've seen, the fact that it's hosting this regional forum at a crucial time in its transition, the fact, for example, as media, that we're able to do the things that we're doing, being able to ask minister questions that we haven't been able to do so in the past. The fact that the opposition leader was allowed to both attend the forum and also speak on a number of occasions. We heard from the president himself here, the prime minister, and of course the opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi, the Nobel Prize laureate. All unprecedented things that happened here at this forum, and that was definitely not lost with the participants. Why is that important? Because many of the people attending here, as you mentioned, are business leaders, and Myanmar was trying to send the message that it is a place to do business, it is a place to expand. The branding logo that was, the branding that was introduced was "Let the Journey Begin." They want to bring business here to Myanmar as this country re-emerges on the scene.
Roee, thank you very much. That was our Roee Ruttenberg reporting live from Naypyidaw. Moving on,